Yeah, Friday, 5th of September. Actually got a project. Wife's got some little 10-pound dumbbells, and she wanted me to paint them. There it is. The handle part. And she wants black. And all the paint I've got in spray cans, I don't have any black left. So I'll swing by this evening on the way home and grab a can. I was able to get my hair cut today. #1 guide all over. Literally takes about 4 minutes. And had to do that. Go by the drugstore. Out of 4 medications, they had 1 in stock. I use Walgreens, and they cut way back on their labor. And I stood in line for 25 minutes because I had 2 other bottles I needed to see about getting refilled. And when I use the automated system, it's a coin toss whether or not they're going to be refilled. When I go there in person, most usually they get entered into the system. And then from there, I had to go downtown post office. I have to pay my income taxes quarterly. They're due this month. It's an estimated tax payment based on my passive income. And I stood in line at the post office about 20 minutes. And that took a little bit. I send those return or check and the payment coupon. I send it certified return receipt, so I have proof that it was sent. Let's say you just put it on regular first class mail and it gets lost in the mail. IRS don't care. Late is late. And I run copies of the check and everything else, but they don't care. If they don't have it, as far as they're concerned, it was never sent. And that's why I send it certified. It's tracked a little bit better. And return receipt, when it's picked up, they sign the receipt and mail it back to me, so I know it's received by somebody over there. They don't care. It's irritating. And figured while I was here, I was going to do the painting. But while I'm here, I'll roll more cigs. I don't smoke a lot, but I let the empties stack up quite a bit before I sit down and roll cigarettes. If I'm going to roll 8 packs, it takes about an hour and a half. It's not terrible when I take a whole lot of breaks. Let me tell you now. Everything's just fine here at the little building. I kind of got tickled. One of the owners that bought my building, or my factory, was eyeballing my white Ford pickup. They're used to seeing my Ram, not the Ford. So anyway, he spent about 5 minutes eyeballing my truck, trying to figure out who's here. He could have come down here and knocked on the door, but that's just how I think. So yeah, day not terrible. My back is absolutely killing me. I've got my prescription for Tylenol #3, and the pain I feel is a very intense stabbing pain. Only when I move, sit down, lay down, or walk. And I haven't quite figured out what I can do without getting that stabbing pain. But I'll take a Tylenol #3, 45 minutes to an hour for it to take effect and alleviate that intense pain. and they'll last about 3 hours, and I try to take them no more than, actually I don't take them any more than every 7 to 8 hours. Normally just one a day, an hour before I go to bed. That way I can get a few hours of decent sleep before the pain kicks in again. And depending on how bad I strained my back and triggered the pain event, it usually takes 3 or 4 days of doing pretty much nothing for the pain to subside, where I don't have to take Tylenol number 3 other than when I lay down and go to sleep. If I can get some decent sleep, I heal a whole lot faster. I think that's pretty much it there, buddy. Have a little bit of a temperature change here in East Texas. High tomorrow is supposed to be in the low 80s, and then warms back up next week. It's going to be back into the 90s, low to mid 90s, nothing higher than that according to the forecast. So we got another 2 months to go. This is September. About November it'll cool off and stay cooler, 70s or low 80s. Our winters don't show up here until January, and that's when we'll see snow and ice and such, if we see any. Had Lily, the new kitten, and Kitty, the calico. She's an older cat. She's about 2 or 3 years old now. Kitty jumped up on the bed and got on my lap. I was laying flat, curled up, and that was her spot. Normally, that's Lily, the new kitten spot. So she jumped up on the bed, and everybody started hissing a little bit. They calmed down. Lily was not happy. Kitty took her spot. And cats get ungodly jealous when they're young. Fluffy, my Norwegian, they don't care one way or the other. She's just, happy wherever she is. But she's getting pretty old too. She's in her mid to late teens. I'm not positive on that. I know she's not 20 yet. I think I've had her at least 14 years, and she was 1 or 2 years old when I got her. So she's probably 16ish. Still in good health. Just slowing down with old age. sleeps a lot. Loves laying in a sunbeam. That Norwegian does love her sunbeam. But anyway, I need to get back to rolling my cigs, so I'm going to get that taken care of and head towards a parts store and get some black spray paint. That's all for this one. Thank you.